Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I have such an exciting treat because I have a PR box from one of my favorite brands, Purlisse. Purlisse makes some of my most favorite products I've ever tried, like my go-to recommended products. So for example, right now I am wearing the CC cream as my foundation, which it's the foundation I am always reaching for. It's the foundation on my counter in my bathroom. It has SPF 50. It's so beautiful on the skin. If you haven't seen my review on that, I'll have that linked in the description down below if you're curious. I also love Purlisse skincare right now. Every single day I'm using the watermelon face wash. So I'm just a huge fan of Purlisse. And so the fact that they sent me a PR box, I am just so excited and grateful. But then the product that I'm trying out today, I am so excited about. It's their new Blush Glow BB Cheek Color. And I can't believe it. They sent me all of the shades of this blush and I am so excited. And they sent me a sweet note. Holy moly, oh my gosh. So it comes in 7 shades and I have all 7 shades here. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna swatch all of them because I am so curious what these look like. I really like the packaging. They're all in a unique colored box. I'm like getting ahead of myself. Before I actually start swatching them, I should give you a little bit more product information. So these retail for $18 each. And what I love about Purlisse is that they are free from all those bad ingredients. It's free from parabens, mineral oil, phthalates. It's cruelty-free. It has nourishing ingredients in it like vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, their Asian herb extract complex, goji and hawthorn berry. But so, let's check out the applicator. Oh, just like a little squeezy tube. That's not necessarily what I was expecting, but I'm gonna just put a little on and then blend it out. Okay, I love this color right here. And the texture, it is so creamy, pigmented, so I have to keep that in mind not to apply too much at first, so that way I can build it up. But it's like a moussey kind of feel and maybe a bit of a matte finish. Wow, love that. So this first shade is called Cool Mauve. Next, I'm going in with the shade Malibu Peach. And I really am just trying to do like the tiniest little bit that I'm squeezing out and then blend it out the way I would for a blush. But oh my gosh, that is very much a bright orangey peachy color. Very fun and different than the blushes I usually wear. So I'm very curious to see how that would look on me. This one is called Sunset Glow. Ooh, this one's got a lot of pigment to it. Like a deeper burnt orange shade. Ooh, this one is called Vivid Coral. Ooh, so pretty. This one's like a watermelon pink shade. Love that. So I did the more like peachy orange shades. Now I'm moving on to the pink tones. So let's start with this one called Petal Pink. I might have squeezed out a little bit too much of this one, but actually squeezing out a little bit more made me see that it actually doesn't have quite a moussey texture, but more of a it's almost like paint. Oh my gosh, look at how bright that is. That is so pretty. This one's like a Barbie pink. Ooh, this one might be a little purpley. This one's called Pretty Plum. Ooh, I love this color as well. Still very pink, but with a little bit more purple tone to it. My swatches have gotten a little bit bigger with more product that I've squeezed out as I've gone on. It's a little bit more difficult to swatch blushes, especially liquid blushes, than like lipsticks or eyeshadows. So then this last color is called Sweet Rose. Ooh. Oh, that is so pretty. That's kind of like an in-between of the lightest pink and then the purpley pink. And you know what? These would be so easy to blend together also with this texture. So if you wanted to combine shades, create some custom colors, you could definitely do that with these. But so here are my swatches. I love the variance in colors and the range. Like so many unique different shades in here compared to the rest of the colors. Like no two are all that alike. And they seem to have dried down too, which is great. So nice and long lasting. And I do think that I would say this is a matte finish, which I do love a matte blush. And then if you want it to be matte, you're good to go. If you want it to be shimmery, just throw some highlighter on top. And so now I have two cheeks. It's gonna look a little funny, but I kind of want to wear two different shades of blushes. And I kind of want to go in like completely opposite directions. Like the orange shade, the bright orange one, I think it's this one, Malibu Peach. I think I want to put that on my cheek and see how it looks because it's kind of intimidating me with the bright orange, but maybe it'll look really nice. And then maybe on the other cheek, I'll do, maybe like the purpley pink called Pretty Plum. So I'm going to try the technique of just squeezing a little onto my finger. I'm just taking like a little dollop, tiny bit to start, and blending it onto the apple of my cheek. See, it looks so bright orange at first, like so different than what I would normally put on my cheeks. But let's see. It's easy to blend, but it does dry down. So it's not like too liquidy of a paint that I'm applying, and it's not moving the CC cream underneath, which is really good because a lot of times liquidy blushes will just lift the foundation underneath, but this is not doing that at all. And that matte finish almost kind of gives like as if I had used like a blurring setting powder. I feel like it's the texture it's leaving on my skin, so it looks really smoothing and airbrushed. Pretty. So that's a nice subtle tint of orange to the cheek. I kind of want to go in with a little bit more, see how this builds up, and get a better idea of how this orange really looks on me. Is definitely beautifully buildable, and it blends out so evenly. Okay, I definitely went in with way too much now. Okay, now I'm just making it look bad because I applied way too much. Now it's looking like way too bright orange. I'm gonna go ahead and take my dampened beauty sponge and try and blend it out a bit. So we definitely see how pigmented these can get if you apply a lot. But you know what? This actually looks a lot more natural, flattering on my skin tone than I was expecting. I think I could pull this off. I know the way I have it on right now is a little much, but I'm actually really liking this kind of bright orange shade. It's really starting to grow on me as I'm looking at myself in the mirror and seeing how the orange kind of warms up the complexion. Wow. All right, so that is Malibu Peach. Now I'm going to try and not go in with too much of the Pretty Plum shade because we know how pigmented this is based off the swatch. And I like the technique of blending it out with my finger because it's just easier to squeeze it out onto my finger initially, but using the dampened sponge also works really well to blend it out. But it's not like there's finger marks being left behind when blending it out with my finger, so I think whatever method you want to use. Oh my gosh, I just can't get over how perfectly it sits on top of my makeup and how smooth and like airbrushed the finished texture is. It's so beautiful. It's like completely opposite. I feel like this one gives me more of like a cool tone type of look. This one's like warm toned. Warmed up, cooled down. I always feel like when I use more purpley toned blushes like this, that it just kind of reminds me of when my like rosacea or just the redness in my cheeks gets really red, because this is like the color that it'll turn. So that's the only reason that I don't love this shade on me, is because it reminds me of when my skin naturally turns red, and usually when it's this red it's like a sunburn or fever or something, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? Even though it is such a pretty color and it doesn't necessarily look bad. I mean, I definitely applied way too much. It's like not a good application right now, but to really see the color, it's not a bad color at all. It's just not one that I find myself wearing all that often. You know what I think would look good? Mixing these two together and combining to get a little bit in between the really warm and the really cool type of effect that I'm giving myself. But gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun playing around with these and wearing these all the time. Also, I feel like they're going to be really long lasting, stay in place, because even the swatches here like are not smudging, not budging, and I just feel like blush always seems to come off on me, and I always can use a touch up with blush, but with these are actually going to stay on and like, yeah, no transfer. So that is really impressive and seriously what I look for in a blush texture. So I am so excited. I love this formula. I am so excited about all the colors. If you have tried these out, definitely let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below. I would love to hear what your favorite shade is. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video.